Okay, it looks like we're live. This evening, we're trying something new. We have not typically posted directly on Facebook Live. So please note that if you are joining us on Facebook Live, I cannot see your comments. If you'd like to make a comment, go ahead and join us on the Zoom link. That's going to be provided in the comments section of this video. So again, if you're joining on Facebook Live, happy to have you. It's a great place to get information. But if you actually want to participate and be a part of the conversation, we'll just need you to head on over to Zoom, and that link is being posted in the comments. As another heads up, just some housekeeping items to cover first. This video is being recorded and is live streaming, so if you don't wish to be seen, go ahead and click off your video and mute yourself. We do use these as information to share with membership and the community throughout the year. So again, this is just going to be available. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Phillips. I'm the Executive Director here at the Kodiak Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is a member-based organization, so we are not funded by the city or the borough here in Kodiak. We are here to serve our members. We believe in education and advocacy. And so if you're not a member, please go ahead and get in touch with us. We're happy to share some information with you. If you and you are still welcome to be here. We're happy to help the community in any way we can. And if you are a member, I just want to thank you for your support. Your membership funds go directly to funding events exactly like this to help us keep you updated and informed. So again, thank you for being a part of enhancing the Kodiak economy. Okay, from there, what I want to do is just discuss some of the things that are happening on a federal level, on a state level, on a local level, and progress into some of the financing options and what advocacy we can be doing for you right now. So to start things off, we know that there is currently 2 federal funding programs that are open right now to the public for our business community. We have the Payroll Protection Program, the PPP is typically what it's known as, and that PPP is available right now. So please reach out to your financial institution or maybe multiple financial institutions for some guidance on how to complete that application. Of course, you can meet one-on-one with myself virtually over the phone or in person. I'm taking appointments. So that we can really work through the nuances of your application. I'm not a financial professional, but I can direct you to those financial professionals that will have those answers. So the PPP is a really big one for our businesses to apply for right now. Some of you may have already applied, and that's fine. There's a program called the PPP Second Draw. And you do have to show some revenue loss from the 2020 compared to 2019. There's lots of specifics about that, but you should potentially qualify for a second draw of PPP if you do show some of that revenue loss. Again, we can talk more specifics anytime that you'd like to get in touch with me. For those businesses that didn't qualify, we know so many businesses didn't qualify for that first round of PPP. Things have gotten much friendlier. If you're a sole proprietor, if you're a 1099 employee, if you're a fisherman, so many people have found that they qualify now for PPP funds, including 501c6 organizations, which is the Chamber of Commerce. So we're right there with you. We're applying for those funds. We're trying to get those funds in our hands. And so we can help you with troubleshooting the process and understanding it a little bit more. Another one of the federal financial programs that's available right now is the Employee Retention Tax Credit. Now that's something you could have taken advantage last year, but that program last year couldn't be combined with the PPP or the EIDL grants. And so it's important to realize that now those are not mutually exclusive. Here in 2021, you are able to go ahead and apply for all 3 of those programs at one time, as long as those funds aren't covering the same set of expenses for the same period. So that's great news. We're really excited to be having so much more funding opportunities available. Again, with the employee retention tax credits, there are some caveats that you need to apply, such as income reduction from previous quarters, 2020 compared to 2019, as well as certain employee payroll requirements. You need to make sure that you kept most of your staff employed. And again, all sorts of little rules. I am here. I am available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 for any appointment, Zoom, phone call, or in person, to be able to go through those and help you understand your options and direct you to the right resources to determine exactly which way you should be going on that. So we've got the PPP and the EIDL, or in the Employee Retention Tax Credit. The next program I want to talk about is the EIDL loan. So that's Emergency Injury and Disaster Loan. And those are loans. And then there was also an advanced grant option. So the loans are available. That's a very low loan rate through the Small Business Administration. And so if you don't have that information, please, again, reach out to me. I'm just a broken record tonight. Just reach out to me. So we have EIDL loans through the SBA, but then also the EIDL advanced grants. Now, that's a program that rolled out very, very early during the pandemic. Many of you probably heard of it. It's a $10,000 grant for any small business impacted by COVID-19. And this EIDL grant, money ran out from it very, very quickly. And so instead of $10,000, they decided to say, I'm sorry, you only get $1,000 per employee. And so some people did get some funding based on that. Well, that program is being refunded. And so we do expect those EIDL advanced grants to come into play again. And you're able to qualify for the amount that you did not receive. So here at the chamber, we received $3,000 because we had 3 employees. We're now meant to be eligible for an additional $7,000 in that advanced grant funding. That program has not unveiled yet. We don't know what day is going to happen, but we'll absolutely keep you posted. If you don't get consistent updates from us, especially about information and grant funding, please go ahead and again, reach out. Let us know. We'll get you on our email list so that you do get that information in a timely way. Also, feel free to follow us on your favorite social media pages, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We try and share that information on all those social platforms, as well as on our website, kodiakchamber.org. So we've talked about the PPP, the EIDL, and the Employee Retention Tax Credit. So those are 3 really fantastic programs to take advantage of. There's one final federal financial relief package that could be applying to some of those small businesses tuning in, and that's the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. Here in Kodiak, I've tried to reach out to as many of those who qualify for this grant as possible, just to let them know it's available. This program has not opened yet, but again, we're hoping any day that this opens. One caveat with this program is that you cannot apply for the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant and PPP. So please keep that in mind. That might take a special decision, and maybe you need to do some consulting. And again, I can point you in the right direction for understanding your best options. But the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant actually refunds up to 49%, maybe it's 45%, I'm sorry, 45% of your 2019 revenue from ticket sales. So that can be substantially more than what you're looking at for the PPP. But again, we just don't have the information. It hasn't rolled out yet, so I cannot guarantee you'll qualify for it. But it really includes places like theaters, museums, places that really rely on revenue from ticket sales to continue operations. So that's the federal programs that we have available. Right now, I am not aware of any state or local programs specifically that you can qualify for and apply for. Naturally, there's all sorts of grant options always available out there. And again, happy to direct you to the right resources for those. But as far as COVID specific grant funding, state and local, I don't have any programs currently that are available. So before we move on to the next topic, what questions do I have from everyone about the PPP, EIDL, Employee Retention Tax Credit, and the Shuttered Venue Operators Act? And again, if you are watching this on Facebook, we don't have the ability to see your comments, so you'll have to join us on Zoom, but we will do our best to get in touch with you after the presentation if you aren't able to get onto Zoom. Okay, let's go with a couple of just legislative updates to be aware of. So on the federal level, we don't have anything major, but we do know that the Biden administration is looking to inject a couple more $1 trillion of relief aid into our business communities. And so we should see some more programs getting funded, as well as that very popular CARES Act money that was sent to a lot of the municipalities. And so the reason we don't have a lot of local, state, and local funding opportunities right now is because the last round of funding that was approved didn't include funds to municipalities. So they don't really have extra money to help businesses out right now. So we're looking at in this next round that potentially that will happen, that our municipalities will get some funding. And with that in turn, there's a couple extra things. There is no bill in place. This is just a proposition from the Biden administration right now, but that does include a minimum wage federal increase to $15 an hour. And so that would impact some of our businesses here in Kodiak. That would mean that federally, the minimum wage is $15 an hour. The state can choose to add a little bit extra to it, but they cannot go below that. So it's just something to be aware of. Keep your ears open, check in with us if that's going to be something that impacts you. But until that becomes a bill, we really can't reach out to our legislation to let them know how we feel about that. So that's on a federal level. On a much more local level, I am happy to hear that we are, for the second week update in a row here, in yellow status. We've gotten out of red status here in Kodiak, which means that all of our buildings are now at 50% occupancy. So I'm thrilled that we have some case counts going down here in Kodiak. Today they announced, hopefully we're getting much closer to being in that green level where we can have so many more social gatherings, both inside and outside, and we really look forward to the time that we can do that. Those are really the big things to be aware of and paying attention to right now. As far as updates from the chamber, we've been working with the Kodiak Economic Development Corporation. That's a new corporation here in Kodiak that's been formed in about the last 8 months. And that really is going to take the lead on economic development here in Kodiak. It's a brand new organization, so it's still getting its feet on the ground, but this is a way that we have a corporation that's not necessarily going to be funded and influenced by the city and the borough once funding gets secured, so that we can really see nonpartisan outside sources looking at the development opportunities here in Kodiak. So the chamber is one of the founding members of that. We helped to spearhead that because we know there's really been an absence of economic development in Kodiak since we dropped that a few years ago due to funding issues from the city and the borough. So we're really excited to have that back on. We see a bright future for Kodiak. But other than that, we are going to have a ribbon cutting for a new business opening on February 1st. That's Million Recipes. That's going to be a food truck that's parked right outside the brewery right now. And so we look forward to doing that ribbon cutting and welcoming a new business, especially during the era of COVID. It's amazing that we've been able to open new businesses in town. And of course, we look forward to having anyone join us. But at this time, I'd like to open it up to questions. If you have any questions about anything the chamber does or what we have on the forefront, absolutely anything, I'll see what I can answer for you. Again, if you're on Facebook, please know that I can't see your comments. And so you'll need to join us on Zoom. If you don't happen to be able to access Zoom, go ahead and post the comment. We'll get back to you later on. I'm not seeing anything come across, so I'll leave it open for just another minute or so. And thank you to all of those who joined us. I appreciate your interest in Kodiak and what's on the forefront here from the Chamber and what programs are open for our businesses, our nonprofit organizations, and what we can expect in the future. Okay, I'm still not seeing anything come across, so I hope that's because I offered all the information that you have questions about. As always, please feel free to reach out to the Kodiak Chamber of Commerce. You can reach us at 907-486-5557. You can email me directly at chamberdirector@kodiak.org, or just to our general email account, chamber@kodiak.org. We're available for you Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much.